Okay, we're back to a table again. So what table represents some points on the graph and which equation represents the same relationship? So once again, I am going to look at my answer choices. Now for this one, I notice it's not written in slope-intercept form. It's written in point-slope form. So remember, point-slope form, and we don't have to remember this, it is on my star chart. Okay, that is my y minus my y1 equals my m, which is my slope, x minus my x1. And keep here just as a reminder, we know that this is a point. Okay, that is a point, and this is my slope. So the first thing that I need to do, I'm going to look at my answer choices. They are all written in slope-intercept form. I'm not going to start with the points first because those points look like they're probably going to be all represented there. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start with finding the slope. Okay, so remember, from a table, the slope is our change of y over our change of x. And you can choose any 2 points. I'm just going to go ahead and choose these two back here. Okay, so you can start by labeling your points. Okay, I have my x1, y1, x2, y2. And now I'm going to plug them into my slope formula. So I have negative 40 minus, and I'm going to capture another negative, negative 124 over negative 1 minus negative 8. And all of this, I'm going to plug into Desmos, okay? When I'm testing, particularly when I'm testing, I do not like to do this stuff in my head. Okay, we have Desmos. Let's go ahead and use it because things can go wrong, especially with our negatives. So when I plug that into Desmos, I have 84, okay, up top. And then still in Desmos, I'm going to plug in a negative 1 minus a negative 8. And I have that as a positive 7. And when I put in that 84 over that 7, Desmos has told me that that simplifies to 12. So my slope is 12. So right now, I already know I'm going to eliminate A and I'm going to eliminate B because this is telling me my slope is 1 over 12, and that's not it. Okay. Now, I just want to caution you here when we are working with slopes and when we have negatives, just please be very mindful of our negatives. Use your parentheses. Notice I always say in class, capture that negative. Okay. So looking at our last two, okay, so here both C and D, they both have that slope of 12. Okay. What's different about them is the point. So here's my point. Let me use a different color. Use purple. I have point of 20 and 268. Now, look at your formula. Remember I said when we pull these points out, it is going to be our opposite sign. So this is our x. So we're going to have an x of negative 20. This is our y. It's positive in the equation. When we pull it out, we should have a y of negative 268. So that is the point that is part of that equation. Let's not get too excited. Let's check the second one. Okay, we always just don't want to assume. Okay, let's just check the second one. So looking at the second one, these are my points. Okay, here's going to go back. Inside the parentheses is my x. So when I pull this out, I have a positive 268. So here I'm going to have a negative 268. Here, this is my y of a positive 20. So I'm going to have a negative 20. Okay. So go back up to, is my x at, I have an x at negative 20 and a y at negative 268. So there's a point right there on my table. And let's just check my next one. Here I should have an x of negative 268 and a y of negative 20. Looking at my table, I don't have that one. Okay, so C is the answer to my point. Here you notice what we did on these two. We just flipped our x and our y. You don't have to remember, just follow the formula. Remember, x is going to be in the parentheses. So for number for number 6, you should have gotten that C as your answer choice.